Alright, so exciting times. We are now getting into the knockouts. So we've got the first fixture already set up. Now, if you're watching this VOD, there is a very specific video for the draw. I'll go quickly through the draw and what happened there now. So there you can see the teams and first of all, I suppose, who qualified, and then how the draw actually went. So we're going to be starting out with 2001 versus 1991, 10-year difference in that. The draw was fully random. I was considering doing seeding, considering doing all sorts of stuff, but I thought it would be easier just to do a fully random draw, except I would have no one could play someone who they have already played, so no one from the same group playing each other. That was the only rule. Hello QL, how are you doing? I've literally just started, so we're going to do our first knockout stuff in a minute, which I think is going to be fun. So I will say I'm going straight to penalties if it's a draw. Do not want extra time. I think that might add to a bit more chaos in terms of who makes it through and whatnot. How are you doing? Did you watch the England game last night? But yeah, the draw is on screen. We're starting out in Canada at BC Place. I think that's Vancouver. And we'll be playing 2001 versus 1991. So we'll get into that. So all the teams are now set up, and I will read them out as we start this game. By the way, QL, I'm just going to pop something in the chat. That is a Discord link to a server that I set up. And I think, yeah, I've basically put, there's a place to talk about YouTube, so I'll say when I'm streaming and stuff in there. And there's also just some channels just for chatting about football. So if you're interested in that, there's the link to join that Discord, which I'll be in already. All right, so very first knockout of the entire tournament. So for the first time now, teams can be leaving if they lose. You can see there the teams getting ready as I also get ready to read out the lineups, just getting up my sheets of paper. Okay, starting off with the home team, 2001. They had a pretty good run in the group stage. Jackson, their striker, came in. He wasn't their starter initially. Kvaratskhelia, Saka on the wings, Elise behind, and a back two of Saliba and Van de Ven, two very up-and-coming centre-backs. On the other side, we have 1991, one of the best defences of the only team to keep 2 clean sheets, with Yassine Bono in goal. Koulibaly and Van Dijk were also a big part of that, Cunha and Vasquez as the wing-backs. A midfield 3 of Jorginho, Kante and De Bruyne, support Griezmann, Zapata and Mahrez. Yes, I did. What did you think? What did you think of Tuchel in terms of how he set up? I think the game seemed a lot of the same, not too many changes. It was another one of those where we came up against a team that was defending a lot and we had to break them down. But it was cool for Lewis Skelly to get his goal. Not his biggest fan, but nonetheless good for him. I wish Dan Burn would have gotten one. Okay, and we kick off. So whoever loses is out. Both these teams did pretty well in their group stages. 10 years between them. The future versus the present. Here's Griezmann. Almost finds Jorginho. I'm trying out a new mic as well today. I don't know if you can tell the difference. Let me know what you think of that. Saka, very deep. Jorginho. Here's Acuna, very forward, gets it to Zapata, and Zapata scores what I believe is his 3rd goal of the tournament. It is, it is. I thought tactically we were fine. A bit disappointed by the scoreline, expected a few more goals. It was always hard against teams. Yeah, exactly, I agree. I was quite happy to see Rashford play. I think this is a mental thing that Tuchel's playing. I don't think he necessarily deserves to be playing in the England team, but I think he's trying to get the best out of him, so it's cool to see him play. Don't think he had the best game, but nonetheless. Here's Griezmann. Well cut out by Casado. Elise and Fernandez linking up in the middle. Here's Gutierrez. Nicholas Jackson through to Saka, and Saka, oh, I thought that was going in. So that was indeed Zapata's third goal of the tournament, making him 1991's top goal scorer. Saka wins that header. He should be back soon, hoping to get back to Arsenal in time for the Real Madrid game. Saka coming up against Cunha. Cuts inside, finds Kvaratskhelia. He hasn't played too well. No one on that left wing has been playing well. We've tried Rodrigo as well. De Bruyne. Through to Jorginho. He's one-on-one if he can get in there. He slows down a bit, holds it up. Cunha, back to Jorginho, tries to find Zapata, and Van de Ven cuts that out. De Bruyne is no longer playing as a half winger, he's now just playing as a playmaker. After his recent performances with Villa, I was a bit underwhelmed by Rashford. Yeah, I think he didn't have a very good game. But yeah, I don't think... I think he's warming up, you know? He's trying to get him to play at his best, so that's why he's picked him. It's kind of like Sancho back when he was at United. He was playing really well once upon a time and didn't get picked for England, and then his form went down the toilet. It's a good save. So maybe he's just trying to keep his mentality high by playing him. I don't know. Then again, I suppose it would be Gordon. Might have been worth playing on the left. Who else? De Bruyne takes it short. Poor cross there from Kante. Griezmann. Another so far underperforming player in the tournament, but he's holding up the ball well here. Jorginho. Kante through to Mahrez. Can they get anything from this? He down puts in the cross to Zapata, and that's off target. Thought Foden was awful. Yeah. Well, I mean, he hasn't been that good all season, really, has he? It was interesting that Jones played. I thought that is promising to me because I think he's a pretty good player for Liverpool, but maybe we need someone else in that position. I suppose Kobbie Mainoo's injured. He played in the Euros. So it might be between him and Mainoo, Jones and Mainoo, for that position next to Rice. Mahrez. It is interesting that he's continuing to play the two in midfield behind Bellingham, much like Southgate as well. It has been all 1991 so far, just as I say that. 2001 do get a tackle. Here's Elise. Great ball up to Jackson, in space, has the shot, and Yassine Bono, no problem. This team has been very difficult to score against. Got to be getting a little bit closer to challenge Bono here. Play Monday, right? Next one. Saka. Puts in the cross, edge of the box to Van de Ven. Gvardiol, almost played through ball. There's a chance for a counter-attack now. Zapata loses it to Gutierrez. Plays a great ball to Saka inside the box. Oh, is that another corner? Or was that offside? Still don't get how Conor Gallagher didn't get a call up. That's a good point. It seems like players abroad tend to struggle to get in, because there was a period of time where I'd say the same about Tammy Abraham and Tomori when they're playing in Italy. And for a while as well, actually, Sancho when he was playing at Dortmund. The first time, not when he was on loan. All right, and that's half time. So currently 1-0 to 1991. As it stands, they'll be going through to the quarterfinals. The first team to go through to the quarterfinals, unless 2001 can do something in the second half to pull this back. Let's get into the second half. What do you think the lineup should be? Do you think he got the lineup spot on, or do you reckon there should be some changes for the next one? What do you think of Dan Burn playing? Do you think that's just because we don't have many good centre-backs? Or do you think he deserves it? Kante. Oh, that's a lovely ball to Mahrez. On his left foot. And Chevalier saves it, and Timber stops it from going out for a corner. Playing a bit dangerously here. Looks like they're going to make some changes. Elise is running up the right. If Jackson can find him, he drifted into an offside position. Jackson through to Casado. Has the shot, and Bono again not troubled. So Rodrigo is coming on for Gutierrez. That's interesting. I don't know what position this is going to be. Whether they're going to switch to a back three, perhaps? Is Gvardiol. Van de Ven, edge of the box. Griezmann clears. Here's Rodrigo, very deep. Hope they're not playing him left back. Elise, can he get it through to Saka? They do. Saka to Jackson. Straight at Bono. I thought Saka was going to take that on his left foot. I was a bit worried about Dan Burn starting, but I was impressed. Probably not as talented as Konza, but massive presence in both boxes. Yeah, that's a good point. I'm glad Konza's getting played more now, because I remember when Mings was in the England squad a lot, I was always of the opinion that of the two Villa defenders at the time, Konza was the better performing one. So it's cool that he's managed to solidify his position. But yeah, Dan Burn, I don't know. I thought he had a few moments that were a bit iffy. But he's one of those players it would be good to have in a tournament as a shot from distance from Mahrez. Do you think it's going to be like... Do you think Maguire is still the starter if he was fit? That's crazy. Stones as well. Is he injured? Is that why he's not? Looks like they're making a defensive change, bringing on Cher. Here's Koulibaly. Saka with the block. Koulibaly still got it, and that's a penalty. That is a free kick, maybe actually. That's a free kick, never mind.
Substitution for the hosts. Coming off the bench.
Danilo coming on. So they've brought on Cher, they've brought on Danilo. Seems like they're trying to get through with this 1-0. Let's hope that they don't regret these changes later. If 2001 managed to get a goal, for example, they've got 20 minutes. There's Elise. Where is Rodrigo playing? That's the question. Is it a back three? Because it looks like Timber's in the centre. Rodrigo, perhaps an attacking midfielder. Oh, here's Danilo. Zapata. Back to Danilo. Chevalier, and that's a corner. De Bruyne takes it. Still no goals from corners so far. Here's Mahrez. Chevalier collects. And that'll be a free kick. That'll be a penalty. This might be all over for 2001. What's happened here? The headbutt. That's very Arsenal. That is very Arsenal. Was it Arsenal? I think it was Arsenal, right? That headbutt someone in the box. Nonetheless, Mahrez can kill it up against Chevalier, and he goes the wrong way. It is 2-0, and as it stands, 1991 will be going through to the quarterfinals. Based on last night, I'd be happy to see Burn and Konza start as our two centre-backs in the future. I don't really regret Maguire or Stones. I think Gehi might start over Burn next game, though. That's actually, yeah, that's a good point. Gehi's a good one. Yeah, do you think those are World Cup winning centre-backs, though? If it was Konza and Burn, do you think they could win a World Cup? That's my only worry. I don't think... I don't know. I just don't think we necessarily have a good... I think, to be honest, Konza and Gehi I would be more confident with. Fernandez. They've got 10 minutes. Can they get back into this? Here's Elise. We've got plenty of attackers. Jackson, he loses it. Here's Mahrez, counter-attack. Long ball up towards Mahrez. They could just hold this up. Danilo. I think he's playing in midfield, to be honest. De Bruyne. De Bruyne's just going through. Chevalier makes the save. Could be his last save of the tournament. Casado. Saka. Could be exiting in the first knockout round. Elise. Up to Jackson. Saka now in the box. Puts in the cross towards Jackson. He ducks. He ducked. What's he doing there? Danilo. De Bruyne. Mahrez. Saliba has... he's given it away. Here's Danilo. They're just holding the ball up. Saliba just clear it and put an end to it. There we go. 2-0. And as the first team to get knocked out, 1991 get through to the quarterfinals. 2001 have left the competition. That means that 1991 they've kept 3 clean sheets. Not a single other team has managed to keep 2, let alone 3. So that's proving to be one of the hardest teams to beat. Those 3 part of the reasons why Koulibaly walking into frame there next to Virgil van Dijk and Kante. Very hard team to beat. You've seen Bono in goal. Next up, we'll be playing 1990 versus 2004. That is Henderson versus Gavi. I think Konza and Gehi could win a World Cup. I think Konza and Burn could be better in knockout stages, both very comfortable on the ball to help control the easier games like last night. That makes sense, that makes sense. I just think based on... I mean, Burn's great. I love Burn. But last night I thought he was a bit on the ball, especially a bit shaky. But that might, you know, could be debut nerves or something like that. Had a very good week for him. Ironically, all those milestones for him happening in the exact same place. Making your debut for England and winning Newcastle their first trophy in like 70 years. So, 1991, the first team to make it through to the final 8. You know, I rate their chances, to be honest, as a team in a knockout tournament. They're proving to be very hard to score against, which is one of the most important things. This team just couldn't score against them, despite having Saka, Jackson, Kvaratskhelia, Rodrigo, Enzo Fernandez, and a defence that's probably going to become just as good as theirs in the future. Saliba and Van de Ven. And it looks like, yeah, they did play a back three in the end with Rodrigo on the left, Elise on the right. Okay. Burn probably knackered from the Carabao Cup final. Not only the Carabao Cup final, but probably all the dancing he was doing after it. He probably had quite a wild night and had to, like, remember I could be making my England debut soon. So here is where we're at. So 2001 are out. Let's label them red. Next up we have 1990 versus 2004. That is Henderson's team versus Gavi's. Let me just get up my piece of paper that says who these are. 1990. Should be Milano, I believe. Yep, Milano. Also from the same group as 1991 versus 2004. There we go. Which is Crawley Town. So Milano as the home team. Milano versus Crawley Town. There we go. It's the home team, and what's the home kit? So it's red versus orange. At the BMO Stadium. BMO. There we go. At 1 p.m. local time. Let's keep that nice and clear and get into the second knockout round, this time 1990 versus 2004. We'll get into the lineups in a moment. It's going quite quick. It's interesting that we're just losing teams, like, you know, dropping flies. It's crazy. Yeah, just so at the top, if anyone is interested, Discord link there to join a group chat, which I'll let people know when I'm streaming and stuff like that, so I'm just not posting and annoying subscribers and stuff like that. Any updates will go in there, but also I've put in some channels just where you can discuss football or FIFA or whatever when we're not live. So there you can see Chesney back in goal. De Gea did play in the last game, but that was more through rotation. Seems like we have some passionate fans in the USA. So let's start off with 1990s squad, I hope. Yep, Chesney starts in goal. We have a back four that includes Walker, Trippier, Coates and Nacho. Blind is playing behind Gundogan and Henderson, and Vishka, Immobile and Welbeck start as a front three. So a slight formation change, pretty much the same concepts, except Blind is now starting in midfield instead of drifting there, and Trippier is now the fullback instead of the winger, and we have a front three. So Hosselu has dropped out since he has not been scoring. Going into 2004, they play a back five with Lewis and Hall as the wing backs. We've got Gavi and Neves with Savinho as a half winger behind Makoko and Samu. Bino Gittins, Evan Ferguson, Wharton, a few other names on that bench. Quite a big age difference, this one. It might be one of the biggest ones. What, this is 14 years between the teams? What's your favourite football kit in the Prem? Oh, that's interesting. Favourite football kit in the Prem. I might just, to answer that, Google what some of them are, just as a reminder. But we have kicked off. They're starting off strong, 2004. Savinho. Oh my God, the pace in this team. An amazing chance to start us out. just letting the older team know that this is not going to be an easy game. Mukoko, great save from Szczesny. Lewis Hall will take. Oh, and that's our first corner goal of the season. Samu in the 3rd minute. Makes it 1-0. 1990, they're struggling so far. Just looking at the kits, I think Fulham, they've got a strong game this season. All 3 of their kits are pretty dope. I think Liverpool's home kit is pretty nice. And also it's different every time, isn't it? Not a fan of Chelsea's. I'm also not a fan of all those Nike swooshes that are like sideways. Like upwards, like Tottenham's away kit there. West Ham's white kit, pretty dope. Oh, Crystal Palace. Oh, it's Crystal Palace. Easy choice that. They've got a great kit. What about you? This is the best piece of football I've seen during the tournament. The first 3 minutes, fast. They're basically, I don't know what their manager has said, but they've said, play to your strengths. You are a lot younger. You're 14 years younger. Use that. Here is Henderson. And it's a poor pass. Fresneda. Up towards Neves. Plays it on to Mukoko. Players running forward. Here's Gavi. Tries to find Samu, but Coates should handle that. And he does. Here's Immobile. Henderson. Savinho. Oh, and he's running into space. Savinho, he might go alone here. Savinho does 2-0, 16 minutes. Savinho gets his goal, playing as a number 10, half winger though. I need to keep reminding myself that I'm taking note of who is scoring these goals because I want to keep the top goal scorer chart up to date. So we've got Savinho and Samu. So that was Samu's 4th goal. Savinho's 2nd. I'm not a fan of the Chelsea kit. I think maybe it's because it doesn't have any sponsor. Not that I'm saying it should have a sponsor, but I'm surprised they didn't have like some kind of charity or something. It looks a bit blank to me. Savinho. They are 1990. You're getting run ragged. You need to change something. Savinho holds it up. Back heel. Neves in the box. Coates is able to clear. Here's Henderson. He's been the spark all season. Scored almost all of their goals. And he's running forward now. Immobile finds him. Gundogan. Henderson back to Gundogan. Henderson. Ciro Immobile. Kyle Walker finds Henderson. Oh, and he puts it wide. Or puts it over, should I say. It was a good chance for them to get back in this. They are struggling. This 2004 team, they've come out to play. They continue to play. If they get through and they play like this against some of the top teams, I can see them winning. However, they have just given the ball away to Vishka. Gets into the box. And Mascara wins it back. Here is Hall. Lewis Hall. Playing out from the back. Samu. Lewis Hall. Samu's making a run. Puts in the cross, but Mukoko's going to be the one to get it, and he makes it 3-0. 2004 running away with this. They will be likely going through to the quarterfinal unless 1990 pull off something special. Lewis Hall with the assist. Mukoko actually getting his first goal of the tournament, and so far only getting assists. And it's good finish. Nice and low. Szczesny doesn't even try. Lind. Gundogan. Plays the ball to no one. But Lewis gives it away to Welbeck. Getting into the box. And that's a good tackle from Mosquera. Mukoko. Another counter-attack on the cards. This could be heavy. Number 6 is running through the centre. There it is. Gavi, can he get there before Szczesny? No, he can't. Lewis Hall. Rizneda. And it's Kuzanov, the new City player. Lewis Hall's making a good run. He's found by Samu. Took the shot a bit too early. I think he had more time than he thought he had. Could have made it 4. And as we approach half-time, we have the highest scoring knockout results so far, 3-0. And so far it has been the younger teams both times that have been going through, but there is still time. We've seen bigger comebacks. You know we have QL, so we've had plenty. But I just don't see it. 2004 are just running 1990 ragged. I assume the stats will reflect that. Possession goes their way. It's the XG though, 2.9 to 0.7. That's the big one. Recovery time, I'm surprised. I suppose, no. Because it's 8 seconds for them, so they've got the lower one, which is better, right? So, 1990 kick us off. No changes at half-time. Pishka. Welbeck. His Immobile is going to shoot from distance. Savinho. Oh, there's so many players running forward. So much space as well. Here's Hall. Samu. There's Mukoko with the shot. Szczesny saves. Corner. 90 are making a change. They're bringing on Hosselu for Welbeck. Wonder if they'll be going back to a 2-striker formation. It's cleared. It's a lot of 2004 players up. Chance for a counter-attack. It's Vishka up against Savinho. Cuts inside. He's done well. Henderson. Immobile. Kuzanov makes the tackle. Gavi. Lewis Hall. Up towards Samu. 1990 get it back. Vishka. Oh, he's going alone at the minute. Can he find... There's plenty of people in the middle. That's cleared. Fresneda is able to get it away. Chance for 2004 to get a counter. 99, they're leaving quite a few players back at the minute. Savinho. Cuts back. Samu, and it's 4-0. 2004 are going to advance into the quarterfinals. 2001, the team joining them so far. That's Samu's 2nd of the game, his 5th of the tournament. That now puts him joint top goal scorer. He has played the most games though. He's joint now with Marco Reus with 5 goals. Coco. Gavi. Lewis puts it out of play. Oh, and Savinho's picked the pocket of Coates. He's had a shot from distance, maybe not the right choice. Szczesny clears it very quickly. Will 1990 look to get consolation here? Lewis Hall. Up against Walker. Gavi finds some Coco. It's a good save. Samu almost got his hat-trick. I just see that right. Don't think 1990 have had a shot in the second half. Here's Neves, PSG player. Mobley. Hosselu and Vishka are up with him, and he loses it again. It's not been good from 1990, and as it stands, well, as we know it will stand, 1990 and 1991, both teams from the same group have left the competition. Is Blind, like the wind. Vishka. Immobile in the box, is going to shoot and win a corner. Is this the biggest battering of the tournament so far? No, we did have a game in the last group. No. When 1988 played 1989, which ironically was from this group, the two teams, the other teams, that was 7-1. So that was a goal difference of 6. That so far is the highest scoring game. But then again, to your point, this has been rough. Like, 1990 have not been in it. And for it to happen in this stage as well. Samu, Mukoko. As we go into added time, Henderson, there's a run on the right there if you can find it. Here's De Jong. That'll be a corner. Final substitution. Tom Roth's coming on for Lewis Hall. For the last minute. King Kari, how you doing? Thanks for popping in. Oh, Hosselu. Oh, that was a good chance, that. Great save to keep the clean sheet. And that is the end of the second knockout round. 1990 have left the tournament. 2004 making it through. Szczesny's not too happy. Might just retire again after that. That's 4-0. So far, the 2000s have played the 90s twice, and the 2000s have come up top. Let's take a look at the stats. Yeah, I mean, that is rough. Almost everything there is better for 2004, except for the things that you don't necessarily want to see higher. Interceptions, tackles, they were just winning the ball back and countering all the way through. That was brilliant by them. I enjoy playing FIFA 14 over, yeah, absolutely, Kangari. That is, this is a safe space to say that. The name is literally Retro FIFA. I still have not played a game of FC25 though. I'll get round to it. Once I've done this tournament, I will get around to actually playing a match. But so far I've just been suing. Samu man of match there. Savinho was really good though, playing that number 10. Just hits different blood, absolutely. The FIFA 14, I've been playing a little. I've been doing a video in FIFA 14. I'm not very good at it. It's one of my weak points, that one. FIFA 13, I'm much better at. 17 as well. Hossley was playing on the wing. Interesting. And look at really poor shooting stats here. And Moblay's, none of them even reached the keeper. And our next fixture will be 2000 versus 1994. So it's another, that would make it three 90s versus 2000s games in a row. I'll show you the fixtures now. So 1998 are out, the two home teams, but now it is... Wait, am I? Oh, my bad. Okay, I've totally ignored everything I've said about 90s and 2000s playing each other, because it was 90s that beat 2000s. In this case, 2000s beat 90s. Next up, we have 2000, literally 2000 versus 1994. So 2000 versus 1994, two very good teams. These are kind of teams in their prime. 2000 have, of course, your Ballon d'Or contenders, Vinicius Junior, Haaland, whereas 1994 have some players a bit more towards the end of their career, but still in their prime, finding their prime. Favorite career mode you've ever done? Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I've played a bit more of that Stoke one, and it is so good. I love that. I've really been enjoying doing that Stoke one. But I think my Cracovia career mode was really fun. I think I went really into the youth for that one. What about you? As we get into lineups, this is 2000 on the screen at the minute. Gehi, Tuchemeni and Botman are the back three, with Davies and Frimpong as the wing backs. Tonali and Foden support a front three of Vinicius Junior, Haaland and Alvarez. We've got Kulusevski on the bench now. He was playing right wing, but it is now Alvarez, as he performed well in the last match. 1994 are playing Providel in goal instead of Pickford after his good performance in the last game. Robertson, Stones, Marquinhos and Reinildo play as the back four. Hakanoglu and Silva support Fernandez, Trossard, Berardi and Mitrovic up front. De Paul dropping now to the bench, as well as Talisca. This is all based off their performances in the last game. They'll be hoping to keep that form. Providel hoping to support the manager's choice in keeping him in goal after he played a very, very good game after some poor performances from Pickford. Haaland kicks us off. I have favourites for each FIFA. Alright, go on, tell me. Trossard tackled by Botman? Is that Botman? Yeah. Tonali, League Cup winner. Haaland finds Frimpong. He's got support behind him in the form of Alvarez. He plays it to Haaland, his former City teammate, and they lose the ball. Here is Trossard. Reinildo scored in the last game, playing right back. He's attacking. He's forced João Cancelo out of the team, so we'll see. We'll keep a watchful eye on him. Tonali plays it long. Marquinhos is able to collect it. Hakanoglu. FIFA 14 West Ham. That's an interesting one. Mitrovic has a shot from distance. Why West Ham? Is it the players that you start with, or the team that you made, that you have memories of? I suppose that would have been Andy Carroll era, wouldn't it? Tonali. Vinicius Junior has plenty of space. Haaland's in the middle now. Chooses not to go with him. Tries to do some skill. Puts it out to the edge of the box though. And Providel is able to deal with that. None of these are great ideas really, just ones that you enjoyed. Yeah, that's fair, that's fair. I think everyone's kind of got their own soft spots. How do you feel about the teams themselves once you've done a career mode like that? Do you get soft spots for those players and those teams and kind of support them a little? Here's Mitro, Fernandez. Because I know I did a Football Manager, one of my favourite ever Football Manager saves was with Nottingham Forest back when Mikel Antonio was there and Britta Sombolonga, and I love those players because of that. Providel's been able to collect that. Marquinhos. Berardi. Mitro. Trossard, always running well in space. Gehi's the closest to him. He plays a weird ball out towards Fernandez, I believe. It was an odd choice. Tchouameni. Alphonso Davies. Some really good wing-backs in this team. Here's Vinicius Jr. And Haaland takes a speculative shot from distance. 0-0 as it stands. The next game we play will be the first game that does not include a team from the 90s. We'll be playing 2006 versus 1989. I'm really excited for that one. That's 17 years age difference in that, which I think is the biggest one actually. Looking at the list, I think that's the biggest age difference that we've got. Here's John Stones, Silva, Trossard, Mitro, there's Robertson, Ronaldo, Bruno Fernandes making a run, wasn't found. Ronaldo's just easily gone past Alphonso Davies. Here's Berardi, got 2 assists in the last game, and he's tackled by Tonali. FIFA 15 AFC Wimbledon, that's interesting. I think if I did a Wimbledon one, I'd have to go like classic, brutal red cards, you know? Try and recreate the crazy team from the 90s. Yep. Berardi. Tchouameni beaten. Makanoglu. Back to Ronaldo. They've had a lot of the ball recently, 94. They're struggling to make anything, where it looks like 2000 are going to try and hit mostly on the counter. Here they are, Vinicius Jr. This is a great chance for Haaland, and Haaland puts it in past Providel. That's the first goal he has conceded in the tournament. Haaland makes it 1-0 to 2000, and he does the Lewis Skelly celebration. Haaland. That is his 4th goal of the tournament. FIFA 17 Dortmund, that is classic. That is really good, that one. Like, that's Royce front cover stuff. FIFA 13 goated, 14 goated, 15 goated. 15 good, 16 good, 17 goated, yeah, fair. 18 alright, 19 bad, 20 bad. 21 good, I agree with that. 21 was alright. 22 bad, 23 alright, 24 good. I barely played 24. I think I did one thing in 24 and then put it down, never touched it again. I think I played 23 a little bit. But yeah, I think I mostly agree with yours. What about like FIFA 12? Is that too early? Because I think 12 is great. I think to me the best FIFA is FIFA 10 World Cup. But that's less to do with, because that one obviously isn't career mode or anything like that. We're going to the second half. Will we have, because so far we've had 2 games that have been clean sheets, can we get some more goals scored in this second half? 94 will hope so. FIFA 18 Huddersfield. Interesting. I got really bored of that Huddersfield team in real life though, when they were in the Premier League. Well, Vinicius Jr. is just bursting through. Providel went to come out, and now he does, and he collects it. That was a really good opportunity. Yeah, in real life, I remember, because we had the Brighton team at that time wasn't very good, and we had Huddersfield. I was just kind of getting bored of teams with blue stripes that weren't that good in the Premier League. Foden. Frimpong is doing well, cutting inside. He's going to find Haaland, and he makes it 2-0. And that is Haaland's 5th goal of the tournament, taking him joint top as well. FIFA 19 Valencia, that's fun. I've got a Valencia kit somewhere, and I can't remember what season that's from. I think it's... I was going to say one that looks like it has a bat on it, but I think they all kind of look like that. Forest green. Oh, these are some great choices. I'd love to do a forest green one, but I'd have to like really invest time into that. And I think I'd do it like a fully green save, like only getting players from local, so we're not wasting money on like flights and stuff, only like vegans or something, I don't know. Really lean into their whole veggie thing and renewable stuff. Frimpong. Tonali. Haaland, he's on a hat-trick. Here's Alvarez. Gets it back to Haaland for his hat-trick. And Haaland is the top goal scorer in the competition as he makes it 3-0. Currently 1994 are out. The younger teams are prevailing. Alvarez with the assist, linking up with his former teammate. Providel conceded 3 in his second game. Motherwell. That's an interesting one. How did you find playing in the Scottish League? Because whenever I've done teams in like lower top divisions, I find like after a certain point when you start trying to compete in the Champions League, the league gameplay just becomes kind of monotonous and you end up rotating your team a lot to try and make it kind of challenging. Because otherwise you'd be winning just easily. Because unlike Football Manager, the league doesn't seem to improve as you improve, you know? Berardi, Mitrovic. There's Berardi. Shot from distance. Easily saved. Conor Gallagher coming on for Frimpong. I don't know if that's a formation change there for, and João Cancelo coming on for Trossard. Are they trying to not be conceding as many, or is that what they consider an attacking sub? Here he is, Cancelo, edge of the box. He's won it back again. Makanoglu holding it up, trying to get it to Ronaldo. Has a decent shot, scored in the last game. Singo is coming on. Singo has one of the lowest average ratings of any team because he only comes on off the bench and hits sub 5 pretty much every time. Bruno Fernandes puts it in and there's one header but not enough to challenge. Talisca coming on. As it stands, 1994 have left the tournament. Here is Talisca though. Oh, and he's through. There should be a goal. Oh, he lays it off to Bruno Fernandes and what is he doing? Should absolutely have scored that. And it's a foul. Leeds. I can't back that one. All the rest of yours have been great, but I can't back you doing Leeds. Did you play that in Bielsa style? If that's the case, then maybe. Vitor. And who's that? Laporte coming on as well. Oh, Vitinha, there we go. I was like, that guy isn't a guy called Vitor, I was confused. Here's Vitinha. Is Haaland going to get another one? He's through. Oh, and that's... Oh, not a foul. Could have been a red card. Hanover, that's interesting, 5-23. Talisca, can they get a consolation goal? Here is Robertson on the right side of the pitch, interestingly enough. Bruno Fernandes. Mitrovic. Back to Bruno. And Bruno plays a not great pass. And that will probably be it. Werder Bremen. I've got a Werder Bremen kit as well. Probably from around that time, actually. Haaland. Going in for his 4th, and he gets it. That's 4 goals, and Haaland is now the top goal scorer, 7 goals scored in the tournament across his 4 games. Oh, you did a United one. Okay, I'll give you that then. So Haaland becomes the second player to score 4 goals in one game after Marco Reus did in the last game of the group stage. Both former Dortmund players.
Goal for the hosts. Number 9.
And there we go. We have had another 4-0 victory, this time coming to the home team. 2000 go through to the quarterfinals. So far, not a single losing team has scored a goal. They've all been shutouts. The next game we're playing, though, is 2006 versus 1989, which I think is going to be an interesting one because that's 17 years between them. I think they're probably kind of equally good because they're like right towards the end of the career and kind of right towards the beginning, but still good on either ends of that spectrum. Because 89 have players like Marco Reus, Muller, Mkhitaryan, Aubameyang, whereas 2006 has like Endrick and stuff. So I think that's going to be a really interesting match. We'll get into that in a second once we've taken a look at the stats. Really poor performance here. I was hoping this team would actually go on and do a bit better than this because they were kind of coming together, but Mitrovic, a 7.5. I tried starting the Forest Green one by only signing vegans, but it's so hard to find out if they're vegan or not. That's really fair, yeah. It's an interesting documentary, the one with Schwarzenegger, I forget what it's called, Game Changers maybe? It's on Netflix, and it talks a bit about, there's a section in there about American football teams who have gone fully vegan and how that has affected their performance. And it was really interesting because they were saying that their recovery, most importantly, it was their recovery times were quicker, so they were able to be a bit more consistent throughout the league, I believe. And I think injury times were quicker as well, returning from injuries. Interesting. I'll definitely say that's worth giving a go. Some of the findings in there are very interesting, even if you have no plans to go veggie or vegan. Okay, let's get into game 4, meaning that would be halfway through. Let's take a look at the spreadsheet for a moment. There we go. So far 2001, 1990 and 1994 are out. 91, 2004 and 2000 are going through, which makes sense. The younger, kind of in their prime ones, kind of it's kind of the teams kind of in the center are the ones doing well at the minute. But now we've got 2006 versus 89, which are both teams that are kind of on the periphery. They're like not quite the extremes like 1984 is, but they're kind of either end of that. So I think this will be an interesting matchup, 2006 versus 1989. Let's see how they do. So this is, let me find, 2006 is the home team that is represented by FC St. Pauli. And what is it, 89? They're represented by Barnsley. Where is Barnsley? I thought you were in League One. Oh, you are just hiding. It's the home. Wait, what? Oh, yeah, away kit, sorry. It's that white kit. And is it also, I think it is actually. Away kit, yeah, it's the, okay, so do we go brown or do we go red? I think I'll go red. Do you have a favorite ever game in career mode that sticks to your mind? Oh, that's interesting, actually. So one of the very first things, there is a Cracovia episode, which I would definitely recommend giving a watch. It was I think in the first season, we were doing really poorly, and I think we had an injury, so I signed this guy on a free agent, and we were losing in a rival game, and he came off the bench and scored a hat-trick on his debut. It was amazing. But the one I was going to say initially before that one came to mind was a PSG one, the very first, not PSG, well, yes, PSG, it was Lyon was the team that I was. And it was the very first career mode that I started posting online when I was quite young, and I never released this episode because I never got that far. But it was a PSG game that just went on and on forever. We kept scoring against each other. We went to extra time. I think it ended up 4-4, and we got a last minute winner. It didn't go to penalties. Got a last minute winner. It was amazing. It's interesting. It's a good question because it's interesting how these things stick in your mind. So very good question there. I like that. What about you? Oh, should I be leaving? Because look at the bottom. It says wins for the home team and away team. I wonder if that is factoring in at all. Whether I should leave just to have it reset. I'll do this one as the last one. Yeah. Okay, we're playing at the Lumen Field, 2006 versus 1989. 2006, let me get there, things there. But yeah, any favourite games in mind that come to you? And there is my 1989. They won the last game that they played was 7-1. So they're coming into this with a bit of form. Marco Reus scored 4 goals in that game. Jordi Alba got a goal and 2 assists, I believe. So this is a team on form. You can see there Bobby, the captain, Endrick for 2006, Marco Reus, the captain. These are very different age groups. Let's see. Playing at Lumen Field, which is that LA as well, Lumen Field. Okay, going into the teams, we've got Martinelli in goal, 2006. A back 4 of Hato, Palacio, Fernandez, Lima. Gray, Miley, Zaya, Emery are midfield 3 with Echeverry in front of them, Ilakenya and Endrick as the strikers. They've been very good in the group stage. Endrick was actually probably the player of the group stage, getting, I think it was 3 goals, 4 assists. He was incredible in the group stage, but he was playing against players his age pretty much. So that will come into factor. Now going into the 89, we've got Hirodeki in goal, Axel Witsel and Smalling as the back 2, Alba Damian on the fullbacks, Herrera Parejo in a midfield 2, with Royce, Muller, Mkhitaryan all playing as an attacking midfielders, a narrow attacking midfield, with Aubameyang up front. Marco Reus in particular has been amazing. AFC Wimbledon 1-0, MK Dons in my AFC Wimbledon career mode FA Cup final. You got MK Dons versus Wimbledon in FA Cup final. That's incredible. I love that. Actually, now coming to mind, there is a game in the Stoke career mode that I cannot wait to get out because that is so good. A similar kind of thing happening there. Let's just say. Here is Herrera. He came in the last game and played pretty well. Mkhitaryan losing the ball. This is an interesting lineup. There's strong positions all the way through. I think, in theory, the Barnsley team, which is 1989, should be the higher rated one. But, look at the pace of this team. Straight ahead. Yeah, I think, in real life, the 89 team would have too much experience and be able to really calmly win this game. But 2006 may just have the raw intensity to maybe get through, I don't know. And the pace, don't forget the pace. Here's Mkhitaryan. Aubameyang is in plenty of space. Could have, Royce, if he was in better position, he could have knocked in the tap in. Here's Archie Gray. Fernandez. Zaya Emery. Oh, he's got plenty of space. Decent cross. Hirodeki gets a punch to it. And that's cleared. Here's Chevry. He was very good in the groups as well. Emery. Mkhitaryan, chance for a counter-attack here. Remember, this team definitely doesn't have the same pace as 2006. Jordi Alba, though, he's one that does. There's plenty of space over on the right wing if they can find. There he is, Mkhitaryan in space. Aubameyang cuts in, has the shot, but it's not much of a problem. He didn't cut in the end, actually. Yeah, I was hoping he would. I'm on my second season in my Man United career in FC 25, and I'm really enjoying it. Any players sticking out as like really good? Have you like managed to keep your players like Garnacho and Mainu, or are you selling them and kind of building a new team? Like, are you doing a full recycle, or are you trying to make this team good? And are you playing? I've got lots of questions. Hold on. And are you playing your own kind of formation, or are you trying to like the Amorim 3 at the back kind of thing? There's Echevry. Echevry's through. Darmian's trying to chase him, but Echevry, he scores, making it 1-0. So the youngest team left in the competition, 2006. 1-0. Echevry with his fourth goal of the competition. Yeah, Endrick got 3 goals and 5 assists in the group stage. He was insane. With Echevry getting 3 and Ilikenya getting 4. So that's where those balls were going. Royce. I do feel like 89 should be able to get back into this. I feel like they've got the quality, and they're probably the favourites for me in this game. So I don't think we're going to get another clean sheet in this one. Here's Muller. Rice, baby. Herrera finds Jordi Alba. Muller. Aubameyang. That's well stopped. Royce hasn't been as involved in this game. Back to Aubameyang. Lima cuts that out. Palacio clears. Muller. Royce. He tried to play the ball to Aubameyang. Didn't quite get there. Counter-attack, perhaps? This is one of the top scoring teams in the competition. Echevry, who just doesn't get there. Smalling gets there instead. I'm trying to stick with the back 3. I think the only Man United players I've sold is Xerxes, Maguire and Casemiro. That's fair. They're all aging. Yeah. That's why I struggle with doing Man United careers, because I'm too loyal. I wouldn't... I'd probably have sold Casemiro. I think that's realistic. But Maguire, I'd want him to be there. Here's Fernandez. Oh, that's a good cutback. Good block. Very good block. Here's Muller. And that is half-time. Currently 1-0. 2006, the youngest team remaining in the competition so far, making it through. Muller, yeah, he hasn't really been in this game. I don't know why you would show this stat when there is nothing to show. But he's become more of a creative player than the goal scorer since Royce started doing well. Let's see, XG 0.5 to 0.7. I mean, it's closer, but the possession is all in 89's favour. Why am I saying? Yeah, 89, yeah. Let's see if they can turn that possession into goals in the second half. I'm hoping they score, because I don't want another nil game, because we've had 4-0, 4-0 and 2-0 so far. Parejo. Marco Reus. Aubameyang. He was waiting for the Jordi Alba overlap that never happened. Still holding it up. Now cuts it back to Parejo. Mkhitaryan. Tries to get it through to Aubameyang, who he didn't quite get there. Smalling's going to win that back. Here's Muller. And Herrera currently plays for Boca Juniors. Very random transfer when that one happened, by the way. Because you think he's Spanish, why is he playing in Argentina? You know, when a player signs for Boca Juniors, they've usually got a connection. Like Sergio Romero and Cavani both play there at the minute as well. But apparently he's a fan. And actually, I did know that because he's posted photos of him in Boca Juniors shirts before. But it just feels so random. Royce tries to cut it back to Mkhitaryan, and he just wasn't quick enough. So their pace is lacking in this game so far. Here's Emery. Endrick. If they could get another goal here, they could really shut things up. Hradecky, no problem there. Except for with the throw, wasn't his best. Emery, it's another chance for them to attack from this. Endrick tries the shot and actually goes out for a throw. Oh my god! Oh no! What happened there? Was that Darmian that went over? Smalling's going to get that back. That looked rough. Bamiang. I think it was Parejo actually. Kenya. Oh, and Endrick's gotten to that. He's in the box. He's got the skills. Chevry, that's one back. Here's Witzel. Counter-attack starting now. Muller, Aubameyang through the centre. He's got space, but he does not have pace anymore. It's not the same Aubameyang that we used to know. Chevry. 20 minutes left. Can 89 get back into this? Is Muller. Royce. Felt like Aubameyang was onside. Ball never came to him. Here he is now. Finding a lot of space at the minute. Royce maybe had a bit of space on the left side, but they didn't find him. Look at this. How much space there is in the midfield. There's so much. And this could go... Yep, Aubameyang scores. I think there was a real problem in their midfield, to be honest. But that puts 1989 back in it. 1-1, and as it stands, we'll be going to penalties. Royce with the assist, Aubameyang with his second goal of the tournament. Oh, mind that, his third goal, sorry. Got 10 minutes for someone to grab a winner, though. Muller wins it back, but he loses it to Archie Gray. Lima. Chevry. Oh, there's so much space at the minute. Here's Endrick. This was done well. He's cleared it. It's just going to get recycled back. Here's Fernandez. Inside to Emery. Chevry. They're in the box now. Miley. I think Smalling should be able to handle that. He does. Oh, and here's Endrick. Witzel couldn't get past him. Muller, probably the last chance of the game now. Mkhitaryan. Can they find a winner before we go to penalties? I don't think so. 1-1, I think is going to be the final score unless there's time now. Parejo clears, and that is that. Our first penalty shootout of the tournament will be happening between the two biggest age difference in teams. Now, in real life, you would say 89 have experience. You know, there are a couple winners in this team. You would think that they would be able to win this penalty shootout against one of the youngest teams, the second youngest team in the tournament. But we will play with penalties, not ABBA penalties. And let's go. Okay, Endrick will be the first to take. And he puts it in. Hradecky diving the wrong way. Next up, Danny Parejo. And he goes the same corner, hits the post. Kenya. He hits the post, and it doesn't go in. Michael Royce scores. advantage to 1989. Don't know why they cut so quickly after that one. Zaire Emery, oh, that's a lovely penalty. Hirodeki really dived theatrically. Aubameyang slots it in, no diving from the keeper. Fernandez, the right back. Calm. Witzel. Oh, and that's a save. Oh, this is actually... Miley gets his. Now Herrera has to score. When he hits the post! 2006 are going through. The youngest team left in the competition continue. Herrera hitting the post. And a 1989 exit. I really thought they were going to do well. Just trying to work out how I should write this in the... There we go, P11. There we go. I can't believe that. So, 2006, go through on penalties. They did score their first goal. And 1989, they weren't exactly themselves. So at the halfway point of the knockouts, we can go to that. So far, the home team has gone through twice. Away team has gone through twice as well, keeping in mind that these are all neutral. But we have lost 89, 94, 90 and 2001. So far, we have 3 teams so far that are born 2000 and later still in the competition. 1991, the only team from the 90s currently that have gone through. Next up, we have 1986 versus 96. Okay, I've done the match facts. Let's go straight into performance. Aubameyang with an 8.3. Muller, a high rating as expected, but all these players will play no more. Marco Reus used to be the top goal scorer. Haaland has overtaken him now, and he no longer has the chance to take away the golden boot, as he has no more games remaining.